think I want to calm down now. You're hereby ejected from the Gulder Ultimate Search.
When you hear endurance and perseverance, today's task was all about that. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Lucy's Quick One. This is talking about the Gulder Ultimate Search. I think with time, the search just becomes more interesting and much more complicated. Now let's talk about what happens today. Right now we have 7 contestants in the Gulder Ultimate Search jungle, and the show starts with a recap as to how Toke was evicted from the Gulder Ultimate Search Camp. Now talking about the seek and find task. Now I had the opportunity of interviewing Toke and Jennifer right here on my channel, so just in case you missed that interview, the link is down there, of course, in the description box for you to watch and of course get abreast with Toke and Jennifer. Now let's talk about the Gulder Ultimate Search contestants in the jungle. Now Kunle comes in, the taskmaster comes in to just give them a kind of warm-up, and I would say they had a kind of interesting warm-up today. Now moving on to the task of today, it was called Do Your Time. We had Toke Makinwa, of course, and then we also had Kunle Oluremi as well on the campground. Now the task for today was a simple instruction. The task of today, as I said, was called Do Your Time. Now all the contestants had to do was take off their boots, climb up to a platform, and then hold the hook. Now while holding this hook, they were asked not to move their bodies too much, not to shake their legs or anything. You have to remain in the same position for a period of time. Now the winner of this particular task will be going home with 100,000 naira. At the beginning of this kind of thing, you'll be telling yourself, it's easy now, what's there now, should we just hold our hand up? But as time progresses, you find out that it's actually quite difficult. Now another part of the task was that Kunle, who is the taskmaster, had to confuse them, distract them from concentrating on holding the hook. So while they were there standing, Kunle was cracking jokes, singing their song and everything, just to make sure that they get distracted. But like these guys were like, I'm not getting distracted. 45 minutes into standing that way and holding their hands, guys, they were still there. But 1 hour into this task, Yankari was like, I give up. I'm not going to come and die yet. Seriously, I could really feel for Yankari. Now moving on into the task, 90 minutes into the task, Rachel was like, I'm done. Damilola also said, I am done, and they went down. I feel that these guys tried. Now talking about those that have coconut hair, they're like, no, I'm not going anywhere. 120 minutes into standing that way and not moving and just leaning, Damola, Esitima, Chidima, and Odudu were still standing. 180 minutes into standing that way, these guys were still there. And then Kule was like, please, Otitobe, it's all right, calm down. At first they didn't want to calm down because they felt like probably Kunle was playing a prank, because that's what he was doing all through. But Kunle, when they found out it was actually serious, these 4 people came down. I mean, it's their resilience for me. My eye is actually on these 4 people, Damola, Odudu, Esitima, and Chidima. I'm putting my eyes on them because I feel like so far they have been outstanding in their task and their behavior when it comes to the Gulder Ultimate Search. Now let's go back into the camp. They are done with their task and they are back into the camp, and they were gifted a little bit of food stuff, to help body and soul together. And then they were given a riddle to find a particular map, and this was what the contestants were looking out for till they went to the place of the talking drum. Now let's talk about the place of the talking drum. For the first time in a long time, Toke Makinwa was happy with the warriors. She was like, I'm proud of you guys. You guys made me proud and all of that. But first of all, she talks to Rachel, who was in a mood all through. Because I know Rachel was the second person to get down. So I think in Rachel's mind, she was like, I'm going to be going home today, that kind of thing. So Toke Makinwa was asking her, why were you in a mood? What's going on? And then Toke Makinwa uses the opportunity to talk to every other contestant. And she says that the fact that you've made it to the jungle thus far means that you deserve to be here, just to encourage them. Now she moves on to Esitima, who actually found another boomerang. I feel like Estima's name should be changed from Esitima to Luck, because that girl has just been lucky. And then Toke Makinwa tells Esitima and says, you know what, you can't have more than 1 boomerang, so you have to give out this boomerang to somebody. And guess who Esitima gives her boomerang to?
I want to give it to Chidi.
Have a find of a boomerang. Give it out to whoever she chooses.
I mean, watching this, I was almost teary. In fact, I think a tear dropped, because watching Esitima give Chidima that boomerang just made a lot of people laugh, and you just celebrate with Chidima, because all through since when they announced that the boomerang has become a criteria in the Gulder Ultimate Search Camp, Chidinma has been looking for this boomerang and now she has one. I guess what they say is true. You know, when you search for something for so long, you'll definitely find that thing. Congratulations to Chidinma. Now, moving on again, talking about Chidinma and Esitima. Remember the riddle that they were asked to find the first time? Actually, they were to find a puzzle that will lead them to Akolo's chest. Esitima and Chidinma found that puzzle, or clues to that puzzle, and they showed Toke Makinwa. And Toke Makinwa announced to the other warriors that they all have to find puzzles to join together or come together to be able to find the map leading to Akolo's chest. Now, talking about today's task, which is do your time, Toke Makinwa calls on Odudu, Esitima, Chidinma, and of course Damola, and she said, you know, it's 100,000 naira. How are we going to share this money? And then they all agreed that the money will be split 25k each. So they'll be going over with 25,000 naira, which to me is not a bad idea. And at that point in time, Toke Makinwa was like, I'm proud of you guys. I'm so happy. You guys, good night. At that point, I really thought that, okay, Toke Makinwa is in a good mood, because most of the time when it comes to the task, Toke Makinwa is never impressed. So she's like, I'm in a good mood today. When she said good night and they were about to leave, next thing I just said, Dakpada, go back. Yankari, you have been evicted from the Gulder Ultimate Search.
Well, it's been an amazing ride.
Yankari did well. Honestly, watching him all through the show, I would say that he did well. Right now, we have 6 contestants on the Gulder Ultimate Search Camp. And as Toke Makinwa always says, time and time again, one by one, they will drop until we have a final winner. Until then, guys, I got you with more right here on this channel. Do not worry, I got you covered. In case you missed out on any of the episodes, do well to check my previous episodes and then get abreast with the information that you need. From me to you and from the birds, there are some birds up here, Jesus. I say thank you so much for watching tonight's episode of the Gulder Ultimate Search right here on Lucy's Quick One. Till next time, guys.